Join our incredible moms who have mastered the art of balancing motherhood in today's episode of We Time Convo.
My name is Debbie.
This is Liza.
Moms sharing inspiring stories, practical tips, and a few hilarious anecdotes. And it all begins now.
Hello. Thank you for joining us, We Time Convo. First of all, I just like to point out, because Irene, our producer, kind of called us out on our chewing during our recording.
I'm kind of missing, we're missing something. A few things, actually, at this table.
Yeah, so she was like, sorry, guys, I can't serve you guys snacks anymore. And I was really sad because she really, right, Debbie? She has really, really good snacks. So
she's very thoughtful that way. Yes.
I apologize in advance for our chewing. I did notice it, but it doesn't bother me. But I could see how it's very bothersome to other people.
Agreed.
Yeah. So anyways, thank you for joining us. We have our teens back today. And today's topic, and I know we've talked about this topic before, but it was just with parents, right? So now we are going to talk about teens and finance. And we have two guests here today. One of them is a repeat guest. I'll start with Nessa.
Hi.
And how old are you?
I'm 17.
And?
I'm Kaidon, and I'm 17.
All right. And Kaidon actually works. So we're going to kind of see his knowledge and, how he's managing his money. And Nessa does get an allowance, but she is not working yet. So I'd actually like to pull up some stats here just to begin with. This comes from moneygeek.com. First of all, around 74% of teens aren't confident in their financial knowledge. Almost the same numbers say they are actively seeking more information about it. Do you believe that, Debbie? 74% of teens?
That seems a little high to me because based on my experience, they don't necessarily care to know about how finance is managed. It's more of understanding that they need money to get what they want. But I don't know. We have two teens here and you guys can kind of give us your perspective. Do you guys care about finance and do you guys look that up online?
I think I care. I just don't spend the time trying to teach myself about it.
Got it. And Kaidon?
Yeah, whatever I learn is just I learn it naturally, whatever's around me.
Got it. So you guys aren't actually seeking it, but you do care to have a bit more knowledge.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah, but I used to research, not really anymore.
Got it. What made you stop?
I got confident.
You got confident in the management of it.
Yeah. So how long have you been working, Kaidon?
A little over a year. I think a year and 4 months.
And what prompted you to actually start working?
I need money.
So your mom wouldn't just give you money?
No, I had no allowance like somebody else, but yeah.
But I'm pretty sure you would ask, right? Was the ask and then the answer would be no, or it would be more of ask and more questions and then they would determine whether or not you needed it?
No, I just didn't ask, and when they gave it to me, I felt bad.
So very, very different.
Well, that goes into our next statistics. Teens spend most of their money on food, clothing, and accessories or personal care items. These categories account for half of the total spending share.
Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah, it's half gas. And then
you both drive, right?
And then food.
Nessa, you have to pay for your own gas?
Yes.
Yeah, me too. It's just gas and food.
Okay. And so you started working about a year and a half ago. Now, how was that? Was it easy for you to actually find a job?
Yeah, it was pretty easy because my cousin got me a job at In-N-Out because she already worked there.
So it was pretty easy for you to get in.
Yeah, it was easy for me to get in. And I also applied to Great America. I got into.
Wow. Now, how was it when you first started then? Can you tell us a little bit about that experience of actually starting to work?
In-N-Out, if you know, it's super busy. So it was really stressful. And honestly, it wasn't really fun. But
They pay, well, from my understanding, they pay really, really well, right?
yeah, they pay pretty well.
Yeah, I want to say more than
The minimum.
More than minimum,
more
yeah.
than minimum wage. Yeah.
Wow.
So what exactly do you do there?
Well, it's different every time you go there, but there's different levels. Based on what level you're at, you get paid more. The higher level you are, the more different things that you can do.
You can do.
Yeah.
when you got your first paycheck, when you saw the dollar amount based on how long you were working and what you got in your paycheck, did you feel good? Did you think it was worth it? I guess, that first paycheck where you're like, yeah, I can do this. Or like, what? I worked pretty hard. This doesn't seem.
Honestly, like, I wasn't really surprised. Like, I expected it. It wasn't really a shock to me.
Got it.
Yeah. I don't know. I wasn't really like surprised. I don't remember feeling like anything.
So are you the type of teen that already knows before they get paid? You kind of just calculate in your head, like, okay, work this. Because when I started working, I didn't really care until I saw my paycheck.
Yep.
Is that right? So did you already know how much pretty much you were going to get?
Yeah.
You were going to stay on top of it.
Yeah, because like I know how many days I work and, you get paid the same amount. So I just counted up.
Got it.
Do you see the taxes?
Yeah.
Is it shocking to you how much taxes you pay?
Yeah, a little bit.
It is for me too.
I don't know why we have to pay so many taxes.
So what do you do with the money that you make?
Well, I just like.
Do you spend all of it? Do you?
No, I don't really. I try not to spend as much as I can, but like I put like some of my savings and like investings and like spendings separate
invest.
Category.
What? You invest? What?
No, not really. I just put money away for it just in case.
Oh, just in case you do decide to invest.
There's some things like I'll buy like some stocks, but not really. I'm not really like that.
Like really big into it.
Yeah.
But so you get your paycheck, lump sum, and then you kind of basically divvy it up to kind of certain categories.
Yeah.
And are you pretty good about,
budgeting?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just put it in one account. Like I put it separate accounts. So like, but I just try to not spend like a certain amount. Yeah.
Why is that?
Because I like seeing my money.
So you actually like seeing your money in your account.
Yeah.
It does. It actually bothers you to see like no money.
To see it go down. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good habit.
So I have a question for Nessa because she's sitting here still barely waking up. We actually woke her up to come over here.
Yes, there was a little mishap on scheduling.
So Nessa, are you actively looking for a job right now?
Yeah. I signed up to get a job at the city over the summer.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So what would be the first thing you would purchase with your own money? Your first paycheck?
It would probably end up somehow being food. most of my money does go to like food because like I'm always like out or like hanging out with my friends, and
that's what you do.
like, convenient. Yeah, that's what we end up doing.
There isn't a specific item of clothing or anything that like you've been really wanting that your mom is like, hell no, I'm not buying.
I find myself always like thinking about all the stuff that I need when I don't have the money for it. And then when I do end up getting the money for it, I forget that I need it or that I wanted it. So then I don't end up getting it ever.
Got it. So you're a little different from Kaidon in the sense that you currently aren't working.
Mm-hmm. So
you get an allowance.
Yes.
And how did that work out? How's that working out for you?
Not good.
Why is that, Vanessa?
This has been me getting an allowance, I think, has been an ongoing thing since middle school. And every year or like every few months it changes up. And I think it like messes up my flow on saving money or how I spend my money. Mm-hmm. So
what's the change up?
Like I remember like in middle school it'd be like per week, and then it ended up being per month, and then now it's like weekly. And also like now it's like I have more things I have to pay for since I like drive and go out more.
Got it. So when you get your allowance now that it's weekly, how are you at budgeting?
Not as good as I want to be, but I try.
Got it. And do you find yourself like waiting for the next?
Yes. Yes. This morning I even told my mom, I was like, Mom, it's Saturday. Because that's like when she's supposed to give me the allowance. And she was like, no, like we switched it. I told you I changed the day to Sunday. I was already waiting. I was already plotting like every week. Or if I spend a lot of money, like say when I like get gas and it's like a lot, or like if I buy one really big thing or like spend a lot of money on food at one time, I'll think about, okay, wait, how far away is the next day I'm going to get my allowance? And like, what am I doing before then?
Got it.
So school related things, I'm just curious, like for prom, if you needed to buy your prom ticket, is that something that you would need to pay for yourself, or is that something that you would ask your mom to pay for?
That's something I would ask my mom when we have like meetings about my allowance. And so when it came to like redoing it and everything, we established that school related stuff that she'll most likely pay for it. Like if I'm involved in performances at school and we have to buy costume or buy like the t-shirt for our class, she'll pay for it and it won't come out of my pocket.
How about you, Kaidon? Is that something that you would ask your parents to pay for, if like for prom or dance tickets, or do you pay for it on your own?
I mean, I don't ask them, but yeah, they like pay for my school stuff. Anything that has to do with school.
If you had a date, would you pay for her ticket, or would you make her pay for her own?
Well, it depends, like if we're going as friends or not.
Got it.
Now, I'm very curious because you've said it a couple times where you don't ask, and I'm curious because I'm in a situation where somebody doesn't
doesn't stop asking.
Like she's very well, it's a different perspective, right? So I'm just curious, like where does that come from you, where you've said that you don't really ask?
Like ever since I was little, I just know we're not rich, so I feel bad like asking my parents for money when like it's something I don't really need.
Okay.
You know, Ava knows I'm not rich, but she still asks. She thinks that I have this never ending amount of money hiding somewhere, you know? So
I honestly think it might be
considerate of you.
I honestly think it might be like a girl thing, especially because my sister, like,
she doesn't have a problem asking.
Yeah. Sorry, but yeah.
Well, it's interesting because I'm pretty sure Vanessa's fully aware I'm not rich.
Well, okay. Most of the time when I'm asking for something I know I don't need, I expected a no. Like I expect you to say no. But when it's something I need and she says no, then it really throws me off.
What's a need?
Like
what have you asked for recently that was a need that she said no?
I don't know if I should say. I think I asked her to order me something. It was clothing wise. Like I need it for clothes. Like I need it for clothes. And I've
Why
asked
are you
her,
laughing, Debbie?
because I asked her like 3 weeks ago, can you please order it? Like I'm thinking of using it for my dress, right? And we're ordering it online. Don't know how long it's gonna take to get here. She still hasn't ordered it. And every day every time I ask her, she's like, okay, I'll do it later. I know she's not going to do it later. So that's why I keep asking.
I laugh because I know what it is. And it's funny to me that she really believes it's a need.
Yes, because I don't have any and might as well get the one that I think is the best
undergarment?
one.
Yes.
Okay.
Might as well get the best one. Like, and I don't want to pay for it. It's expensive.
So that's why I find
It'll
it funny
last
because
long.
for her, it's a need. And then for me, it's like, yeah, you need it for your dress to look better, but you don't really need it. So that's kind of like where we're at.
I feel like it's an in-between thing.
Yes. But I do think that there's probably something about it being, her being a girl. And I think growing up, I've probably taught her to like, you're not going to know unless you ask. Yeah. Right. So that's probably where I
learned that lesson the hard way.
So like, as you guys move forward with managing your finances, you guys are just starting. Do you feel that it's important, or as you continue to, get into adulthood, how important do you feel finances, or to understand and being able to manage finances?
Very important. Like top 5 important things in your life.
Top 5? I say like top 3.
Yeah, probably.
At least.
And where does that come from? Like, because like, I want to understand that perspective of why you guys actually do believe it is important.
You just like see everyone else around you and you just observe life and you just realize that everything costs money. Like in order to get what you want, you have to spend money on it regardless of what it is. Like you're always spending money somewhere.
So do you agree with that saying of the best things in life are free?
No.
What? I mean, love, family, friends.
But in my perspective, it's like I want to show my love to my family members, but like
By wearing Gucci.
But no, like by giving them something that they want or need.
So that's
that they won't
basically
wanna
like
spend
your
money
love
on.
language. Because
Yeah.
you know, people's love language is
It's
like
different. Yeah.
like giving gifts, gift giving. Okay, I can see that.
And how about you, Kaidon? I mean, why do you feel finance is important?
Yeah, I agree. I feel like you need it for everything. If you don't have money, like your life is just worse.
Yeah. I don't get
like you like if you can't pay for food or like a house or like clothes that you feel comfortable in, or like if you can't pay to like go take a shower, I don't know. Like you can't pay for your water bill.
Yeah.
Like,
So you're thinking of it as like an adult, like grown.
Yeah.
Like as a grown person. Like you need it to live when you're older.
yeah, because if you don't have that, like you know how sad you would be.
Yeah. I don't believe it when people are like, money can't buy happiness. Yes, it can. Like it can.
It helps.
Because
It helps.
if you don't have money, if you have money, you're comfortable.
Yeah,
And that'll make you happy.
yeah, you don't have as much like stress.
Yeah.
Got it. Now, when you think about money, I mean, right now, because we live in a world where you see things, and sometimes you can get caught up on, like you said, designer brands. Is that a big thing for you, Kaidon, in regards to like having like
nice
things, like luxury things, or even electronics or a car, right? Like depending on.
I mean, yeah, it matters, but I wouldn't say it's like the most important
For
thing.
you.
Yeah.
So you do like nice things, but you're not gonna. You don't find yourself working to get those nice things.
Yeah. I only whatever I like need. Basically.
Got it. Are you a thrifter?
Yeah, sometimes.
So-
Sometimes I go.
So you would thrift. And you, Vanessa, where are you in that spectrum?
I think when I was younger, I used to think like, oh, I want all these designer things, but that's because I would see like my family members, like grandma, she would have all these nice things, and it would make me think like I need to think that way too. But as like I got older, I realized like I don't need those things. Like I have stuff that I don't even use on a daily basis. Like, or like I can use it for special occasions, but because I'm not using
it on a daily
basis, I don't need multiple of it. You know what I mean? And so I think it's like I'd rather spend my money on something that is good quality, yes, but if I don't have the funds for it, then I'll settle for something that's cheaper with lower quality
that you can afford.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't consider yourself a materialistic person? I mean, because do you have friends that are materialistic?
Yeah.
And do you find yourself to be in that category?
It just depends on the situation, I guess.
Oh, got it.
So I would just actually want to go back to the money can't buy happiness thing. I just want to go back to that only because celebrities, right? Celebrities have all the money in the world. Justin Bieber has so much money coming out of his ass. But, you realize that these people, a lot of them do drugs. A lot of them are not happy. A lot of them have mental issues and they have money. And I think the big thing is they're alone. They're lonely. They're pretty much buying their friends because they don't know who their true friends are, because they don't know if their friends or family are going to them for money, right? So just kind of want to throw it out there that it does to an extent, but some people just have so much money that
I disagree.
I
think celebrities are not happy because of the fame, not because of the money.
I think they're also using their money wrong. In my personal opinion.
That could easily be true. But
because like, would you rather be sad and rich or sad and poor? Like,
yeah,
like poor people are still sad, right?
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying. Right?
No, I do get what you're saying. I think so. My perspective on money is, and it's changed as you hit different stages in life and you gain more experience. For me, I'm not necessarily looking at being like uber rich, but I think my goal is now just comfortable. Like to be comfortable, to do what I want. I don't need 5 Lambos sitting in my garage, right? To me, I don't even care to even have one, even if I did. For me, though, it's money does make things easier and it brings a level of happiness, but it's not what makes you happy, if that makes sense.
No.
Okay. So let me put this in perspective. I'm 43. I've been dating for some time. When I first started dating, I used to be really into like, this guy has to have a good job. He needs to be taking me out, you know, this and that. I've dated those people, just not my thing.
Yes.
Now I'm like, I can care less if you work at Taco Bell, McDonald's. Like, if you're a good man, you treat me well, I'm fine with it. If you give me a Big Mac, all the Big Macs I can eat, I'm fine with it.
No, I understand your perspective because in that scenario, I do think personality matters. But
You
if
wouldn't
you
date
have
someone
a
that works at
great
McDonald's.
personality and you're not like, you don't have a passion to have some sort of money or like be comfortable, there's something wrong.
Yeah,
In
like
my
you don't have a
opinion.
drive. Like you, you're like lazy.
I'm blown
Okay,
away on
so-
these kids.
Irene actually sent me this quote that I want to read first. Okay. And this quote comes from Jim Carrey, which is, do you guys know who Jim Carrey is? Actor? Okay. I hope everybody could get rich and famous and will have everything they ever dreamed of, so they will know that it's not the answer.
I strongly believe in my answer.
Okay, let's move on. I don't think we can convince these kids. Okay.
No, but it's interesting. So, Kaidon, your perspective is a bit different in
Different
regards
from-
to like money and happiness and
It doesn't cause happiness, but when people say money can't buy happiness, like they're basically saying like money doesn't matter. So you don't mind being
Poor.
like yeah, you don't mind being poor, but you just can't. I think it's like the fact that like money changes people, and that's why it makes people not happy.
I think people just don't know how to do it, be rich properly. I think all the wrong people are rich.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, in my perspective, it's like I know if I were to become rich, wealthy, whatever, my first thing would be taking care of my family in any way possible with money, because I want them to be comfortable, not have to worry or stress, and that would make me happy knowing that they're not stressed about anything like paying debts or whatever.
got it.
Yeah, and like if people that like families that like are separated, like I feel like you need money to bring them together. So like it's kind of like that, or like yeah.
Got it.
Well, let's go on to our next fact. The average credit score for people in their 20s is 660, which is, I'm not really good on credit score, but is that mid?
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
mid.
I think it's mid.
Okay, so what do you know about credit scores, Kaidon? Do you feel that it's important to have?
I think it's very important to have.
Okay. Why?
Do you know what a credit score is?
Yeah, I think so. So like I think it goes up to 850 or
And
something like
How do
that.
you have a good credit? How does one obtain a good credit score?
Well, a credit score is basically like your accountability, like if the bank, how much they can trust you, like
Yep.
if they loan you a certain amount of money.
Yep. No,
And the
that's-
higher your credit score is, the more expensive or the higher loan you can get.
Yep.
Sorry, I'll move closer.
Do you have credit cards?
No, I don't have a credit card.
Vanessa, do you know what a credit score is?
Yeah, I have a decent understanding of it, I think.
Got it.
Because I've talked to my mom about it just so that I know what I'm doing, because I do have a credit card. And so
Or
like,
you have her credit card?
well, it's under her name or like,
She's
What
one
is
of
it?
the users.
yeah. And so in order to like have the privilege to use it, she wanted to make sure I understood what I'm doing with it. And so I think that really helped.
Well, it's interesting to me, the concept of a credit score when I was younger, because the better your credit score, the more a bank is willing to loan you money. And as you had mentioned, Kaidon, the loan could increase based on how good your credit score is. But also, it gives you a better rate. So that's another component of getting a loan, is the rate of how much they'll charge you to get that
Pay
loan.
them back.
Exactly.
Like if you were to get a car.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to me because if you're good, the rate is lower, which means you pay less. But if your credit's not that good, then you actually pay more. But the people who actually need to pay less are the ones that don't have such a great credit score. So that would drive me nuts, because it's
That's
like
true.
it's like, hey, I don't have a lot of money, but yet I'm paying more money in order to to get
And
this.
that's how these financial institutions make money. They feed off of people that are desperate for money. And some of these people have no choice but to pay high interest rates.
Yes.
And they're paying this for pretty much for the rest of their lives. And it's sad, right?
It is.
It is really sad, but I mean, that's the reality of it. It's life, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So our last, this will be our last one, is 75% of teens learn about personal finance from their families. Other learning sources are school and social media. So Kaidon, how did you learn? Did you learn finances and everything from your parents?
Yeah, I'd say most of it.
And did your parents help you open up a bank account and all that stuff?
Yeah, they helped me open up a bank account. So yeah, I have a debit card.
And you're wanting to save a lot. Does that come from your parents, or is that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they always told me to save.
Good. And they did very well. Good job, Sammy. His mom is here. She's doing her makeup. How about you, Nessa?
Yeah, I think that most of it does come from family. I think part of it would be social media, depending on what part of social media you're on or if you're looking for that information. But school, not at all.
Now, would you guys, like, let's say, for example, if school had a class that talked about finances 101, would you guys actually want to take that class?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Why do you guys think school doesn't teach it?
Because
Considering how you guys consider it, like, as you mentioned, it's important.
they want everyone to follow the system of going to school. And if kids learn it early on, they probably wouldn't go to school anymore. They would just get a job, try to figure it out, and everyone would be rich.
Yeah, and I think they do that because like it wouldn't work if everyone was rich, because we need a working class to make the rich people rich.
Yeah. That's a good
Profound.
theory.
Yeah, very good, Kaidon.
Yeah, that's a very good theory. I am actually pretty surprised at like how well versed you guys are, considering you guys aren't adults yet. Do you think that finance will get easier or harder as you get older?
Harder,
Yeah, harder.
more responsibilities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. But you guys definitely know a lot more than what I did at your age.
Same. Ditto. For sure.
Yes. So keep it going, guys, because you guys are absolutely right. It is definitely an important part of life.
And tomorrow you get paid, Vanessa. It's
Yeah.
Sunday.
So excited. I'm so excited. At 12 o'clock, I'm going to text my mom, it's Sunday.
Yay, Nessa. All right. Well, thank you, Nessa. And thank you, Kaidon, for joining us. And yeah, this was good. This is really great. And hopefully it helps a lot of teens out there. Again, give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and follow us on Instagram.